Welcome to your math class. Today we are going to learn about Bodmas, and this is our second lesson of Bodmas. So what we have done in the last class, we learned about multiplication rule, addition rule, and we have done many questions. So today we are going to do more advanced question related with Bodmas. So this is very important that you must have learned lesson number 1, then you have to join lesson number 2. Alright, so let's start doing the questions now. Okay, so take your pen and notebook with you and let's start doing with me. So we are starting with this question, that is -1 minus 10 divided by -1. First of all, we have to write Bodmas. Okay, so we have to solve our questions according to Bodmas. So here I want to tell you for something, as I already told you, but I'm giving you a quick recap over here. For example, if you multiply minus times minus, it always gives you plus. And the same thing is for division. If you divide minus and minus, it's again give you plus. So multiplication and division rule are same. Okay, so you don't need to be confused in this. For example, if you do -2 times -1, first we have to multiply the numbers, that is 2 times 1 is 2, and then we are going to multiply the signs. Minus times minus is plus. So how I told you that how you can keep remember So how can you memorize it? I told you that remember, when the signs are same in multiplication, your answer will be plus. And when the signs are different, your answer will be negative. Okay, so let's take more examples. For example, if I have -2 divided by 2. Now what do we mean by that? Just pick up your numbers. 2 divided by 2, just cancel them, so your answer will be 1. Now go back and check your signs. This is plus and this is minus. Signs are different, so -1 will be your answer, right? In the same way, if I have -5 divided by -1. Now what I have to do, 5 divided by 1, you already know, is always 5. So what about the signs? Minus and minus are same signs, so answer will be in positive. That means +5 equals to 5. So the same thing now we are going to apply in our question. So be careful now and get ready to do the question yourself. Pause the video and try doing yourself the question. Later you can join me. Okay, so -1 minus 10 divided by -1. You know that according to Bodmas, what we have to do? We have to do our division first over here. And in this bracket, we are given -1. So it means what we have to do, -10 divided by -1. Okay. So how we can do this? -1 divided by Okay, now in this question, what we have to do first of all, we need to do our division, right? So I'm leaving -1. What I have to do, 10 divided by 1, leaving the signs. So just do it on your side, a rough work. So 10 divided by 1 will give you 10, right? What about the signs now? Minus times minus will give you plus. So I can write here plus 10, right? Now look at here, -1 plus 10. Now it's not addition, not division, it's not multiplication and not division. What we have to do, we have to add these numbers. So that means so now what we are left with, -1 and plus 10, right? Because minus will give us 10. 10 divided by 1 is 10. So what we have to do now, signs are different. It means we have to take away 1 from 10, right? 10 minus 1 will give you 9. All right. Now what about the signs in addition and subtraction, you always write the sign of big number, that is plus. So I can write plus 9, that means 9. So 9 will be your answer. Okay, so now look at question number, this one, last question. So you have to be very careful while doing these questions, because a little mistake can make your whole question wrong. Okay, so what we have to do, we need to find this box now. So according to Bodmas, which one operation you have to do first? Here we have multiplication, so it means we will go into multiplication. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 6 equals to 9, right? Okay, now 5 plus 6 will give you 11. So now this is very tricky thing, you have to learn about this. Now tell me, which number plus 11 will give you 9? It means you need a smaller number here, right? Smaller number, because we need number less than 9. If I add a number, so I will get number bigger than 11. For example, if I do 11 plus 1, it will give me 12. So what I have to do now, it means I have to take away, right? How I will take away? 9 minus 11. Okay, so 9 minus 11 is same as 11 minus 9, that is 2. So what the big deal over here is? The sign of big number. Yes, that is minus. It means minus 2 is your answer. Do you understand that? Yes, minus 2 your answer, because minus 2 plus 11 is equals to 9. Minus 2 plus 11 is same as 11 minus 2, and that is 9. Okay, so this is the only thing that is tricky in these type of questions, and you need to learn them. So other question you can do yourself, try them. So let's move to the next questions. Okay, so here you go, you have this question here. What we have to do, we need to find this box. Minus 8 times 5, wait a second. So these questions bit tricky, bit difficult, whatever you say, but if you practice them, then they are going to be very easy for you. If you don't practice, remember, you can never make them, you can never perfectly do them. So these type of questions are actually tricky. So if you will not practice them, you can never be perfect in them. So this is very important that you practice them as much as you can. All right, so now what we have to do, find this box. So here we have multiplication, that means we need to do first multiplication, that is 40. So now look at which number you will write over here which will give you minus 45. So we need a smaller number, right? What we will do, take away from this number, minus 45, take away 40. But the thing is, if I take away like this, minus take away, so it is going to be added. All right, like minus 45 minus 40 will not give you 5, it will give you 95, because the signs are same. Understand that? Okay guys, so here what we have to do, we need to find a number that if we add in 40, we get minus 45. So you can see that we actually need 40 plus 5, right? We need a 5 in 40. You already have minus 40. If you add minus 5 in this, it will give you minus 45, isn't it? Because 40 plus 5 is 45, same signs always being added, so your answer will be minus 5. Okay, this thing you can learn only by practice. I'm telling you again and again, you need practice to be perfect in these questions. So this is all about mean and what is your answer -5, because you know that you need 45. So how you can make it 45? By adding 5 in this. So what is the meaning of addition over here? The meaning of addition over here, -5 -40, not +5 -40, because it's gonna be subtracted, not added. So this is the only thing which is very important and can confuse you if you will not practice. Okay, now let's move to the next question. And this is your homework, you can do yourself. And okay, now look at this question. This type of question we have already done in lesson number 1. This type of question we have already done in lesson number 1. But I am doing once more for you because it was a bit difficult, and we need to practice more and more. So here is a question. What we have to do, of course, we need to divide. So the problem over here is we don't know the number, this number. By which number we will divide 11, we don't know. That number we need to find. So what we can do, we are not going to do 9 minus 11. No, not at all. Why? Because 11 is dividing with this number. So you need to find this number. So leave 11 divided by box. Okay. Leave it and put it in a big box. So just think that this is a one box. Okay, now what we have to do, now let's move to the other numbers. We have +9 over here and -3 over here. What we are going to do, we are collecting these numbers together. That means +9 and -3 I'm bringing over here. All right, -3, and this thing I'm writing on side like this. I'm just considering it one box which I need to find. So I'm writing it as a box over here. So 9 minus 3 is 6, right? Minus which number will give you 17? Okay, now tell me 6 minus which number will give you 17? Now look at here again. We need a big number here, big number, right? Bigger than 6. It means what we have to do, we need same signs, addition. Okay, we need to do addition. So for addition we need same signs. Here is minus and we need a number inside, again minus. So what we have to do, 6 minus 17 will give you 11, and the sign of big number is minus. So minus 11 will be your answer of this box. Now you can try solving this. Look, 6 minus times minus 11 means minus times minus is plus, and 6 plus 11 will give you 17. So it means your answer is correct. Now look at here carefully what this minus 11 is. This minus 11 is equals to this big box, which is what is inside the box? 11 divided by box equals to minus 11. Okay, we can write like this. 11 divided by box we have found is equals to minus 11. Now tell me what will be your answer. Leave your sign and then just tell me 11 divided by which number will give you 11. If you divide any number by 1, you will get the same answer. 2 divided by 1 is 2. 11 divided by 1 is 11, right? It means we have to divide 11 by 1. 11 divided by 11 will give you 1. So what about the sign? This will be here, -1. So 11 divided by -1 like this will give you -11. Because the signs are different, plus, minus, answer will be in minus. So this is the thing you need to learn actually. And I would recommend you to practice more and more questions. Okay. You can try solving the other questions. Now let's move to the next questions. These are your practice questions. You can pause the video and you can try these questions yourself, okay? And now look at here, we have some more questions, and as I already told you doing these questions last lesson, if you have done very good. And this question I already solved for you, question number 5. Try doing all the questions yourself. Now let's look these type of questions. These are more advanced type of questions, so now we can do them because we have learned more about Bodmas. So here we have again Bodmas. I'm writing here Bodmas. Okay, so what I have to do, 5 times 12 divided by 10 minus 6 times 4 divided by 12. So what thing I need to do first? Division. Brackets, sorry, first of all you need to do bracket. So what I need to first? Brackets, right? And then what I have? Division, this one. And then we have multiplication, addition and subtraction. Okay, so now let's do one by one. 12 divided by 10, okay, leave it right now. And we have 6 times 4 is 24 divided by 12. Now we have division and division, we can do it. So look at here, this is 12 divided by 10, right? 12 divided by 10. You know that 12 is not fully divided by 10. So it means it would be better that we simplify it instead of dividing like this. So I'm going to simplify it. I can write 12 divided by 10 equals to 12 over 10, right? I can write it like this. Alright, so 24 divided by 12 is 2 because 12 times 2 is 24. Now look at here, this one thing, this one and this one. What we have to do, we have to simplify it, and you already know that how do we simplify, as I already taught you, simplifying the fractions. And if you haven't yet done the simplification, please go into the lesson and learn it. 2 times 5 is 10 and 2 times 6 is 12, right? So now what we are left with, be careful, 5 times 6 divided by 5 minus 2. Alright, so now look at this fraction, we have to solve it first. So can I cancel this 5 with this 5? Can I? Yes, you can do this because this 5 is being divided with both of these numbers, 5 and 6. Okay, if you don't understand in this way, you can also do like this, like 5 times 6 divided by 5. If you don't understand, you can do like this, 5 times 6 is 30, right? Divided by 5. So 5 times 6 is 30. Okay, so I can write here 6 now. 6 minus 2 is 4 and 4 is my answer. Understand it? So now let's do some more question, and I'm going to do this one for you. Okay, so here we have 96 divided by 6 square. Now this is called indices or orders, the squares, roots, everything like this. Okay, so we have 4 minus 3. And what about these brackets? So 4 minus 3 times 2. Okay, now before going to the next question, I want to tell you that okay guys, now before going to solve this question, I want to tell you that you know that first thing you need to do in Bodmas is the bracket, right? But what about if you have other brackets than parentheses, like these braces and these are the braces and these are the curly brackets. So this is the order of doing brackets, 1, then 2, and this one is third. First of all, you need to solve the parentheses, and then you will solve curly brackets, and then you are going to solve braces. So this is their order of solving, right? So if you have these brackets in the question, which order you are going to adopt? This one, then this one, then this one. So now let's do the question. 96 divided by, starting from this braces, we call this braces, and 6 square minus 12 divided by 4 minus 3 closed braces times 2 plus 13. Okay, now first of all we need to solve this bracket. We have 96 divided by 6 times 6 is 36, because this is squared. Squared means 6 times 6, and 12, writing all the things as it is, times 2 plus 13. And now what I have to do, 96 divided by 36 minus 12 is 24, and then writing all the things as it is. Okay, now what we have to do, we have two division signs here. Either you can divide first this or first this, it's same thing because this is division. So I'm choosing this one because it's easier to divide 24 by 4. That is 4 times 6 is 24, and other things going to remain same. Okay, so now what we are left with, 96 divided by 6 means I can write it like this. So why I wrote it like this? Because I already told you that this is the very easy way of simplifying your fractions, and division you can do by this. Look at 6 times 1 is 6. Here 6 times 1 is 6, and 3 will be your remainder, which will make it 36. So you know that 6 times 6 is 36. So 16 is your answer. So here is minus 3, and now we have 36 minus 3 times 2 plus 13. Okay, so now what we have to do, 36 minus 3 will give you 33 times 2. It means 96 divided by 6 is 16, right? 16 minus 3 is 13 times 2 plus 13. Because this bracket has been solved now, we know the answer is 13, so we have finished the bracket. So now 13 times 2 plus 13, what you have to do, first you will do multiplication. That means 13 times 2 will give you 26. Then you have to add 13 in this. So what answer you are going to have? 39. Okay, so this is your answer. Isn't it easy? Yes, it's very easy. So let's do some more question which you feel difficult. Which should I choose? This one, this one, this one. Which one? Maybe this one or this one. Let's do this one. Okay, we have 2 times 3 cube divided by 9 and bracket minus 2 times bracket started bracket closed divided by 7. So starting with your brackets, so we have 2 times 3 cube means 3 times 3 times 3, that is 27 divided by 9, right? And then we have 6 plus 8, which gives you 14 divided by 7. Okay, now what you have to do, 27 divided by 9, that means 9 times 3 is 27, and then you have 14 divided by 7, which is 2, because 7 times 2 is 14, right? Now we can complete this bracket, that is 2 times 3 is 6 minus 2 times 2. So 2 times 2 is 4, so 6 minus 4 is 2 is your answer. So do you feel it easy or not? It is easy, right? So, okay. Now, Okay, these are your practice questions. You can do yourself. Now let's move to the next last sheet, and that is only 2 questions we have to do over here. Okay, so I have chosen. Okay, I have to do this question over here. Okay, so now let's solve this question. That is 25 minus 40 divided by 8 divided by curly brackets started 8 and then parenthesis 6 minus 1, and this is a bar. So, and curly brackets are closed. Then we have the braces. Okay, now look at this question, this one question. What we have over here, a bar. Okay, this is a bar. So you have to solve this bar first, and then after this bar you can do anything else. Okay guys, now look at this question, that is 25 minus 40 divided by curly brackets 8 parenthesis 6 minus 1 bar, and then parenthesis closed, and then curly brackets, then braces. So whenever you have this line, this is called bar, you have to solve it first. Okay, so now starting solving your brackets one by one, and we have to write all the things as it is. First we need to solve this, that is 6 minus 1 is 5, and then we are writing all the things as it is. So we have now 25 minus 40 divided by 8. 6 minus 5 is 1, so 8 times 1 is 8. So what we have to do now, 25 minus 40 divided by 8. Okay, so now what we have to do, 25 minus 40 divided by 8 is 5, because 8 times 5 is 40. So what's your answer? 25 minus 5 is 20. So look at that, one by one we have solved all our brackets. First we completed doing bar, then we did 6 minus 5 is 1, so this bracket was solved. Then 8 times 1 is 8, then this bracket was solved. Then 40 divided by 8 is 5, and this bracket was solved. Okay, now you can do this question yourself. So now can you try this question yourself? Yes, you can, I think. So here we have minus 6. What you have to do? You have minus 6 plus 20 inside the bracket. So what you have to do over here, just open this bracket, because you have no sign outside this bracket. It means it will remain minus 6. So minus 6 plus 20 means you have to take away 6 from 20. That is 14. Right? Sign of the big number is plus, so your answer will be plus 14 or 14. So you will write here 14 in this. So this was the thing, can be confusing for you. I already told you. Now you can try doing the questions yourself, and if you still have any problem in Bodmas, you can ask me in the comment section. So see you in the next class.